with your host, Flipper. Colorful commentary on your photography. Seen on fingerlakes1.com.
Hey everybody, it's me, Flipper, on the Digital Babble here on fingerlakes1.com, fingerlakes1.tv. You'll notice I got headphones on this week because we got some extra special guests coming on from Future Tech Ideas. They do a podcast, tech kind of podcast on the weekends on their own YouTube channel. And they're good friends of mine, and they're both kind of photographers. One does a lot with their iPhone. The other one does, I think, film still. So, and it's really nice to have a couple guests on this week. So, just to give you a little bit of heads up, this is the Digital Babble. Basically, it's a live show with me every Wednesday, 7 p.m., 7 to 8 approximately. I know we're starting a little late. We had a little technical difficulty here. But we're fixed, I think. And basically, we do photography, and I talk about techniques with photography, different things that you can do with photography, just general talking about it. Usually like to get some of your photos, and we critique them, kind of like what we're going to do in just a minute. And on top of that, we're going to do stuff in Photoshop as well. So that's the whole show, photography and Photoshop. And then really we like to see and get interaction from you. So next week's show, we got lots of questions to answer from last week's show. So be sure to tune into that about setting up a home studio. But this week, go check out tdbny.com. You can check out our website, go check out previous episodes, and all that good stuff. So this week, on the other hand, we have special guest, Cole Kruper. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Cole, you guys there?
Yeah.
Yes, we're here.
All right, great. So we got Cole Kruper and Future Tech Ideas, which is Jason. You're going to have to help me with your last name, dude.
It's Groyette.
Groyette. So you guys do a podcast. You guys are a younger crowd, I believe. I think, how old are you guys now?
I am 24, and I believe Cole Kruper's 15.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
So, and I downloaded a bunch of your photos, a couple of each, because we're going to kind of go through and talk about it. What do you guys use to shoot mostly? Why don't we start with Cole? Cole, what do you use to shoot a lot of your photos?
I usually use three things. I either use, like a digital camera. I got some Nikon here. Use my iPhone. I don't have anything else with me, and I've been playing a little bit with film.
What type of film?
Just whatever. I've been playing with some Kodak.
35 mil or large format?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 35, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I might play with Polaroid film in a bit, though.
That's actually fun. I used to do that all the time, but I've gotten away from film so much because I have all my digital toys. So
yeah.
So that's great. How about you, Jason? What do you shoot with?
Well, at the moment, I am shooting with my iPhone 4S, but I hope to be getting a dedicated, photography camera, and I'll be shooting with one of those. I'm looking more of a Canon, somewhere in that range, not a DSLR. Maybe just a point and shoot, and just start from there, basically.
Well, you could always get the best of both worlds and get a mirrorless. The Canon, what is it, S1 or no? That's the Nikon. Whatever the Canon one is, but.
Okay, yeah.
There's a mirrorless one where you can get interchangeable lenses as well, so it gives you the best of both worlds, but there's no mirror, there's no pentaprism. So
nice. I'm gonna have to look at that then.
So Jason mostly shoots his iPhone at this point. I gotta ask. I've been watching. If anybody out there, if you ever get a chance, go check out Future Tech Ideas on Facebook. You can find them. Jason really puts out some really interesting videos. I gotta say, I was watching one of your longboarding videos the other day, and I'm dying to ask, is that a GoPro or is that just your iPhone? What are you doing with that?
That is actually my iPhone.
Really?
Yep. Everything is on my iPhone, yes.
Wow.
I recently bought a monopod, and I'm using that now, so it gets a lot more scenery in the background, so everybody can, see where I'm at and what I'm doing, basically.
Right. That's just nuts. I don't know how you're attaching it or how you're keeping it on your body so well, but I mean, it really looks like it's a GoPro with like a one of the chest mounts.
No, it's the straight iPhone.
That is nuts. I gotta give you credit. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
So, back to Cole. Cole, you're 15, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. What got you into photography?
That's a good question, actually. It was kind of a thing that's been on and off in the past few years. I kind of really got into it just about a month after I went for a little trip to Jasper and all that. And I took a bunch of pictures of the mountains there, and then kind of started from there, really, really getting into it.
Nice. So you just kind of fell into it and kind of fell in love with it.
Yeah.
You think it's something you're going to continue to do and to develop into something?
For the foreseeable future, yep.
Nice. I was looking through your photos and I picked these two photos and I'm showing one right now. I'm showing the collapsed house, I think is what you said it was.
Mm-hmm.
I really love this photo. I want to ask, is this film or is this digital?
That is on digital.
Okay, that's really good color. I like I really love the color of it. I mean, it looks like you took it probably near sunset or, later in the evening. Gave everything a nice color cast, but the clouds and the sky is just perfectly blue still.
The cool thing is I took that around 3 p.m.
Really?
Wow.
Wow, that looks amazing for 3 p.m. But yeah. I really love the composition. I think you got a good eye for this.
Mm-hmm.
I like that you kind of put some foreground elements here. We got some. I'm assuming that's hay. Some shafts of hay in front of the camera to give it some foreground elements. Then the subject is in behind that, which is the collapsed house. It looks like an elephant sat on the thing. So I mean, it's kind of neat looking. I like the trees kind of framing up the whole thing, and then the sky. I think there's only one thing I think I would have changed with this, just from my perspective. I think I would have probably tried to put that horizontal line up just a touch more on the photo I got, because I think this is probably a 3x5 maybe. It doesn't look like a 4x6, but it looks like a 3x5. So I would probably just raise it up just a touch, just so that there's a little less sky, a little more foreground, or lower it just a touch. Just because it's almost like it's right in the middle, and that's okay. I like it, but I think it just maybe a little bit better if it was like down just a touch. But
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
I love the color. The color is amazing. I mean, that is just absolutely amazing. I love the detail. I still can't get. I'm looking at these kind of for the second time today, because I mean I was downloading them and trying to get ready for the show, but I really love this. I don't know what to call it. The grass, the trees, everything took on this orangey glow, including the house that's dilapidated there. It really has this beautiful orange glow to it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm really, really impressed with just the color, and it's all balanced out nice. It's not like it doesn't look like you took it into Photoshop and said saturation 90. It really looks like it was meant to be that way, almost like a nice surreal picture. So you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, it's actually 3 images layered together. Actually, that's why the sky is all blue, not blowing out and all that. And it's really about it. I kind of put it together in a program called, I don't remember what it's called, but put it together in some program and kind of just went with that.
Oh, so actually this is 3 layers. So you actually have the foreground, the hay shafts are actually not there?
No, they are. They're all there. It's just kind of like an HDR image.
Oh, so you took it and put it through an HDR processor.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, it looks good. I really like it. It looks sharp. It looks fantastic. Like I said, I really love the color. I really love the clouds here.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I think the only thing I might change with it, and I know, you know me, I gotta always look at it from a critical aspect. I think the only thing I might change would be either go just a touch higher or a touch lower with the horizontal line, just to maybe give it a little more foreground, a little more background. That's it. It really looks good. I like it.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually.
All right, let's switch over to Jason. Let's take a look at one of his guys. Let's see. So here I am again. Hi. And I'm going to go back to Jason. Let's do your number 1. I really like this one too. This was fun. This is straight off your iPhone, isn't it?
Yeah, straight off the iPhone.
I like the composition. I love the deadwood here, or driftwood, or whatever you want to call this.
Yep. Tons of that.
Right. Now, where are you again? Where is this, and where are you? You're
This is in Turner, Maine, and that is the Androscoggin River that you're looking at.
very beautiful. I like this. It's kind of surreal. It almost takes you there. You know, you almost feel like you want to just kind of hop over the wood and take a walk. You know.
Exactly.
And this is all done with your iPhone. The original image, I'm assuming, is probably a little bit bigger than what I got. I got the smaller version.
Yes, it's bigger.
Well, tell me a little bit more about this image. I mean, what you were out hiking? What's the story behind it?
Yes. I was out. Well, actually, I was longboarding, so actually, I was carrying my longboard with me while trampling through the driftwood there, and area right there. And I was like, wow, this is a great place for a picture. And I seen the river in the background flowing pretty good, and I seen the driftwood, and so I bent down on one knee and took the shot. And come to find out, it was a pretty good shot at the end of it. I'm glad I decided to take the picture there, because there's plenty of places around there to take pictures. Just a lot of people don't go and take pictures around there. They really don't know that spot, and it's pretty interesting place to hike, I guess you could say.
Well, you got all the textures. It looks like you got a dam in the background there, I'm assuming.
Yep. Well, actually, that's the fall. That's the falls right there, where it's like a small little rapid area.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That's where they launch off with kayaks there.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
You guys are like extreme sporting up there in Maine, huh?
Oh yes. We love our hiking, our mountain biking, and kayaking, and all that.
Longboarding.
And
longboarding. Yeah,
longboarding too. I'm going to be getting into doing some kayaking and hiking with my dad soon. We're going to be going up to the Northern Territories in Maine, and so hopefully I'll get some awesome photos up there too.
Nice. Well, I really like this photo. You mind if I critique it a little bit?
Oh no, go right ahead. I like the critique it.
All right, I really like this photo. I think it offers a lot of different things here. It offers some texture with the driftwood in the front and kind of going around to the side, kind of leading your eye into the photo, kind of bringing you back to the lake. I kind of like that you kept the horizon level. Even though you're using an iPhone, a lot of people with iPhones don't tend to get their pictures level. Usually it's like the water's falling off one side or the other. But I really like that the camera captured all the detail. I mean, the sky's not really deep blue, but at least it's blue. It's playable in Photoshop.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to say the same thing I said about Cole's. I think the horizon, compositionally, I think I would probably pull the horizon up just a touch. Just bring it up to that top third, so you see a little bit more of the driftwood, a little bit more of the foreground. Because that seems to be the subject here, is really the foreground, not really the lake or the falls. But
exactly, and that's what I wanted to capture.
But I do like it. I think the only two things other that I might even comment on would be wait a little bit longer for a little bit better light. It looks like you were probably at what, 4 o'clock?
Actually 2:33.
2:33. See, I'm not good with my times, evidently. I maybe get a little bit later in the afternoon just so you get a little more directional light. You get a little bit different quality of light as well. I think that I like this. This is great. This is definitely a keeper I would put on my profile page.
Thank you.
It's very nice. Okay, so let me get back to me here. So what do you guys kind of do with the photography? I mean, you guys are a younger generation than me. I know why I do photography. I do it for 3 main reasons. One, I love photography. I love doing photography. That's why I do this show. I like to talk, of course. God knows I like to talk, right? But really, I enjoy it. It kind of gives me a serenity feeling. I kind of get away from the thing. But I also do it on the side as a paid gig. I mean, I do weddings and portraits and stuff like that. So, Jason, you're 26, you said?
24.
24. Okay, and Cole is 15. So, Cole's kind of entering into the workforce at this point.
Yes.
And then you have you who's probably been in the workforce or doing different things. What is this photography thing? What do you guys really use the photography thing for? And I don't care who goes first. Just go ahead and have fun with it.
I'll let Cole take that one.
All right, okay, I was gonna let you go, but okay.
No, you first through the door. You first through the door. It's fine.
Youngest
Yeah,
goes
exactly.
first.
But it's kind of like in the future. I was always thinking about maybe doing something with journalism, and I do a lot of writing as well. And of course, I do this photography thing, and both of them kind of tie in well together. At least I think. And photography, I could turn it into something I can make money off in the future. It'd be something I'd be interested in doing. Find it relaxing. It's fun to do. Yeah, mainly I want to eventually turn it into something I can make some money off. Like, sure, it's fun, it's a nice hobby, but eventually maybe I could make some money off it.
Well, so you're really thinking kind of like this could be a career for you in the future.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe not just
maybe
strictly photography, but maybe coupling it with one of the other fields like journalism, like you were saying. And so really you got a love for it and it's a nice hobby, but you're kind of looking to the future and kind of saying, hey, maybe this will work out this way.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Jason?
I kind of feel the same way, but I do it just because I like doing it. I mean, if it does turn into a paid gig or a paid job, then yeah, I'd be okay with that. But I do it because I'm outside a lot and I find things that are, beautiful or awesome to take a picture, and I just snap the picture and thank God it comes out great, right? But yeah, I just do it for fun, basically, and I want to capture the moment. But if I do get paid, then yeah, that would be awesome. Right.
Well, I was just starting to look at your both. I flipped from Cole's to yours to Jason's, and now I'm on Jason's sandbar picture. But I was speaking a little bit more about the love of it. I mean, what do you do with the photos that you do take? I mean, are you publishing them all? Are you kind of telling a story online? I mean, what are you? I know you're taking the picture. I know why you're taking the picture. You just said it. The question is now, what do you do with the picture? What is your idea of what you should do with the pictures after you get done taking them?
Well, I do post them. I do share them on, Facebook and Twitter and the social networks. But I also could, like you said, could use them for a story. Write a story behind what I take the picture of. But I mean,
here's the hot dog I ate today, and no.
Yeah.
Don't get me started about Facebook. I saw one the other day. This person is doing a 52-week lunch photography project. So every day for lunch, he takes a picture of what he's eating and takes several angles of it, puts it up, and then tells the story of what happened at lunch. So it's kind of cute, but it's kind of weird too at the same time.
No, I definitely wouldn't write a story on that. I mean, like you said, the sandbar picture that I have, I believe there's like a pole or a bunch of sticks right out in the middle of it.
Yep.
And I think I'd write a story on that. Maybe like a little journey in the woods story. Something happens in a fictional story. But yeah, I definitely love to write a story on that. That would be kind of cool, actually. Now that you bring it up.
Well, there you go. Now you got a project. So I'm looking at the sandbar project here. We'll talk a little bit about that photo, and then I'll go to Cole's picture, and we'll talk Cole about the same thing here.
Okay. Now there's some story behind that picture.
Well, there is a story?
Yes.
Don't tell me it was three people that were murdered out there, and then this is their stake. That would be bad.
No, actually, that sandbar that's the first time it's ever been there, because the water's gotten so low on the river here that the sandbar popped up all of a sudden, and people actually went out there, like swam out there, I guess, or went out there in a little canoe and went out there and fished and put those sticks in the ground, and to be the first people out there, I guess that's why they did it. But yeah, that hasn't been viewed in a long time. That sandbar, my dad said.
Oh, I can imagine. I mean, receding waters and stuff like that.
Yep,
that's cyclic at 100 years or so, or whatever,
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's kind
believe it or not.
Go ahead.
After that picture, I went on a little hike and found a cave, and then right in front of the cave there was actually bear prints. So yeah, I got out of there pretty quick.
Oh, I would have been stuck around. I would have been like Bear Grizzles or whatever his name is there, and just been like, "Hey man, what's up?" I'd start petting the bear, man. Then they bite my arm off. I'd be done, right?
Oh,
here, pose for the picture. It's okay. Yeah, I could just picture me doing that. So, though I really like that picture, I wouldn't change too much other than maybe a little saturation and maybe a little bit of contrast. But I mean, I really like that picture. It did kind of tell a story. When I first saw it, I was like, wow, there's something interesting that happened here. What is it? You know, where is it? What is it? You know, and it was just kind of like, I was dying to ask you what the story was behind that. So thank you.
Oh man, no problem, no problem.
You mind if I say something on this picture?
No. Yes, you can. Go ahead.
Yeah. I think it might be kind of neat in black and white.
The sandbar one?
Yeah, the sandbar, yeah.
Sandbar?
Yeah, I was thinking, I was kind of thinking the same thing, but I think where we would lose the quality if you convert it to black and white, you might not be able to get the green from the reflection and the green in the trees to separate enough so that you could control it so you got contrast and really get a texture in there. Because that's what black and white's all about, is texture and tone values.
It depends how you do it. You might be able to do it.
But I like the idea. I'd like to see what that would look like. Maybe I can take. Yeah. Maybe I could pull it into Photoshop real quick. You want to go take a quick look at it?
Sure.
All right, let's go pull it up. Let me pull it up in Photoshop, and you won't see it right this second. Let me just pop over here to. Where did I put it? Uh-oh. I forgot where I put it, guys. Let's see. Right there's the sandbar. All right, so here's the sandbar. I'm going to pop over to Photoshop. You guys watching the feed by any chance?
I don't know where to find it.
I'm watching it.
So you'll see that it'll pop over to Photoshop here in just a second. Let's
Where do I find it?
Fingerlakes1.tv. You can go check it out, or fingerlakes1.com, either one.
Finger what?
Finger Lakes.
Finger Lakes. Okay.
Fingerlakes1.com. You got me all messed up. That's funny.
I'm over on the fingerlakes1.tv, and it's got the live feed here.
Nice. I was wondering if it was going to work this week because we just switched over to going to YouTube live because Finger Lakes One now has enough subscribers to do live events. So my boss Jim, he was very nice to make or cohort, whatever you want to call him, but he was nice enough to make me my live event and get it ready for me, and just said, just go ahead and select it and run with it, and it should work. So I'm like knocking on wood going, I wonder if it works. I don't have time to switch over to the other computer and check it. So
yeah,
but nice to know that it's working. And now you can get, because it's YouTube, you can get it on your phone, you can get it on your tablet, or you can get it anywhere you want.
That's nice.
I've heard good things and bad things about the YouTube Live feature.
I've said good things and bad things about it too.
Yeah, I know you have, Cole.
I can imagine. I could just imagine what you two. I've seen your show. Remember?
Oh, you don't know anything about the after show. After we're done live.
Oh, that's
great! That's a lot of fun.
I really got to come join you guys one of these times and talk about something. I don't know what, but that would be fun. I'd love to come on the show.
That would be awesome. We'd love to have you.
Oh, thank you. So let's I'm going to go in here and we're going to do a black and white filter. And right now you'll see it in about 10 seconds or so, whatever. And I got it black and white right now. I'm looking at it and I'm having the same suspicion I had before because the dark green.
I'm going to play around with it too and see what happens.
Yeah. I'm kind of playing around with like the green here. Make the green darker, make the green lighter. Really, it's not green. It's more of a yellow color. Yeah, so we could actually play with the yellow color a little bit. Red color. Oh, I like it.
Okay, let's see.
Bring it back.
Looking good.
Yeah, bring it back just a touch. I'm actually going to tint it, make it look like an old photo. Maybe do like a sepia type setup here. And actually, you know what? I'm going to do more of a reddish color. Gotta find it here. Maybe a little bit more in the orange color. There you go. Yeah, give it more of a pinkish tone to it. Oh, let's see here. And then I'm going to do another layer for tones. I'm going to do a curves. And I'm just going to let it do an automatic thing here. And I'm just going to say I want to do medium contrast. And I like it. That's going to be perfect, I think. I think that's going to work just good. Now I'm going to crop it for you. I'm going to actually make it the full page, I think. The way I usually do my crops, which is for video. So let me find where I want to crop it here. What's more important, the foreground or the background? Probably the foreground, I'm assuming.
Yeah, what you're getting there is very similar to what I'm getting here, too.
Yeah. So I like that. I think looking at this from a touch-up standpoint, it's a low res, so I'm not sure what needs to be touched up. I might actually say play around with down here, get rid of some of the seaweed or whatever this is on the shoreline.
Yep.
But other than that, I like it the way it is. So now I just cropped it as being of 1200 by or 1280 by 720. So I'm gonna save it back as a JPEG. Boom, save. Okay. And I'm gonna flip it back to host and photos, and there's your final product. I like that. That's not bad.
That's not bad. I like that.
See,
Wait. What?
Yeah, I see what you're doing there. Yeah, kind of a reddish thing going on in it.
Yeah. Instead of doing the standard brownish, sepia tone, I was thinking
with that. I don't think I would have went down that route with that picture if I was doing it, but yeah, it looks neat.
So great. Well, and that's the beauty of art. I think it's totally up to everybody's interpretation.
For sure.
I was almost thinking about doing green, but I was just like, no, it seems like it should be more of like a sunset color, and I really was just doing that real quick. So,
yeah.
I
don't think the green works for too many pictures.
Yeah, right. Blue either. I've seen a lot of people try to do stuff with blue, and it's like, no.
I have, but I've never really been that happy with them.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about the color blue and taking a black and white and toning it with blue. Now, another neat technique, which I thought was kind of neat, and Cole might appreciate this, is you could take and do a gradient map, which under your adjustment layers, you can do a gradient map down at the bottom. Notice we do black to white gradient. You get basically a standard black and white photo. Here, let me enlarge it a little bit in Photoshop here. You can actually do any set of colors, and basically it's going to take your darkest colors and make it the color that's on the far left of the gradient, and make the lightest tones the color on the far right. So like if you want to make a copper tone type photo, you can do something like this, which is the copper tone, and it really tweaks it out weird, You could then pick other things and just be like, oh, look, let's do a rainbow color. That really looks ugly. Maybe a little blue, maybe a little orange and yellow. But the whole thing is that the gradient map can actually tone your photo before you even do it black and white into like a simple, like maybe a little orange on the shadow side and maybe a little yellower on the highlight side. So it's kind of like the same thought process of doing a HDR tone map, but you're doing it with a gradient.
Yeah, I think I heard of this before in some book I read.
I wish I read some books, boy. Let me tell you.
Oh wow, look at that.
So there you go. There's Jason's photo done up in black and white. So I'm gonna pop.
Now, I got a quick question. Should I use the HDR feature on my iPhone?
Well, it really depends on what you're shooting.
Okay.
I don't care for the HDR look on every single photo. A lot of people seem to do a lot of it. I don't care for it. I like the traditional look of a lot of, photography or whatever. If you're looking for the right light, you're looking for the right angle, you're looking for all that stuff. I think the HDR kind of takes away a little bit of that thought process and the creative process. And not a lot, because HDR is tough, because I have a hard time with HDR myself. But I think what it does is that by mashing multiple exposures of these photos together, and then you get your shadow tones, your mid-tones, and your highlight tones perfectly exposed and then mashed together into one photo, it gives you this hyper definition or hyper tonal value that, just seems like it's so unreal that it's hard to believe that photo exists. It's almost like Cole's photo, if I go back to Cole's photo, hang on one sec here.
Well, before you go into that, on the iPhone, I get what you're saying with the HDR, but on the iPhone, it really doesn't make that huge of a difference, but all it does is it can make things brighter and keep certain, like there's some pictures you take it, and with the iPhone's HDR can keep the, blue in the sky and all that, blowing everything else out.
So it's not really true HDR. It's not like like a camera HDR.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna look like a normal picture. It's just certain things are gonna be, they're gonna look the way they should. It's not gonna have this weird, out of this world look to it.
Right. Like surreal look, or almost I don't want to say fake, because it's really not fake. It's really there. It's just the tone mappings and finding where each tone really falls into the histogram, and putting it into place or whatever. That's where it gets kind of weird for me, because like some things I look at, I don't know if you've ever looked at any Scott Kelby stuff or I'm trying to think of Joe McNally. Both of them are really big influences on me. I grew up, watching their stuff develop over years and years, and I've got a lot of their books and stuff, and I've always enjoyed looking at their stuff because it just amazes me. And when they started getting into HDR, it was just like, wow, that is just so unreal the way that looks. I can't even believe that's a real photograph,
Yep, I've seen that sometimes.
Yeah. All right, Cole.
Looks like we got a question here. One of my friends. What does HDR mean? They want to know.
High dynamic range.
Thank you.
Okay.
You beat me to the punch, Cole. Thanks.
All right, there you go, guys.
High dynamic range. Basically, what that means is it takes. So, like saying, if you picture your eye can only see tonal value of a certain range. So, say like 50% gray to 100% white. Okay, that's the tonal range. HDR extends that tonal range out so you can see more close to dark and more close to perfectly white or perfectly light.
Oh, yeah.
And then by mashing that together, they can take that high dynamic range and then mash it together and then put it on a printer, put it on a screen so that the human eye can then see that tonal range in its full capacity.
Oh, okay, I see.
So like saying, like a great example is like if we talk about how we generate color on a computer monitor, we mix RGB, red, green, and blue dots together to get different colors, and it depends on how much intensity on each of those dots depends on what color you're going to see. Now, we can see a computer monitor perfectly clear, but when we look at the real world, when you start getting into the shadow areas of, like, say, a falls or like the shadow area, like this picture that's up here for Cole.
Yes.
The little barn or shack or whatever it is, I really like this one too. I don't know why I like this one so much, but it just really drew my attention. That's why I picked it earlier today. But like the tonal values out in the trees, typically, if this was just shot and then uploaded, those tonal values in the trees probably would have gone closer to black than what we're seeing in the photo. So high dynamic range probably pulls it one way or the other.
First of all, the picture you're looking at isn't an HDR image.
Oh, get out of here, Cole. Come on.
It's just one image.
Is that why the car is out in the background?
Yeah.
Really? One image?
Yeah.
See, now I was totally befuddled. I thought this was totally backwards, dude, to be perfectly honest. I thought this was the one that was HDR and the other one was actually the single shot, because the other one had a lot more tonal values that looked like, okay, he shot it at sunset, So you got me fooled, Cole. You got me fooled.
Well, if you look at the other one, what you notice is the grass or whatever, you can see that motion blur. If that would have been one image at the shutter speed I was using, that would have never happened.
Well, right, probably, unless you were using a slow shutter speed, and then that would told a different story. I guess.
In the middle of the day, it's pretty hard to do that unless I have a filter or whatever.
Right. Got to get yourself one of those variable neutral density filters, man. I'm telling you, I love them.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love having that for when I'm out shooting waterfalls.
Yeah, waterfalls.
If I'm not getting my exposure long enough so it's nice painterly, then I just crank that baby up just a little bit higher and I get a longer exposure, and then it looks very, very painterly afterwards.
Oh wow.
So definitely something to keep in mind for your little tool bag.
Indeed.
So I really love this photo. I don't like the car. I'm going to tell you right now, I would Photoshop the crap out of this and extend the wooded area across and get rid of the road and the car and the little creek there. But I like the composition the way it is. I think maybe just if you could have just been maybe a half a step to the right or something, just so that the post there would have been just a hair more to the other direction, I think it would be even better. But I still love it. It's really a great photo. I like the foreground, the background, and the subject. I mean, you really do a pretty good job of isolating the subject. I mean, everything kind of draws you in. The biggest distraction, though, is got to be that car, the road,
the road.
And you're from Canada, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, you haven't said A
You
once
can see
yet.
there's no polar bears or.
Well, yeah, that, but you haven't
Yeah, I
said
know.
A once, right?
And that building isn't an igloo.
I'm just totally waiting for the polar bear to start walking across the screen right now. Now that you say that. Now this wasn't an outhouse, was it? This is not like a groupie outhouse, right?
No.
Okay.
Groupie hour.
So where in Canada are you? You're up north, or you kind of just more south towards the United States
I'm
border?
in Alberta. You know where that is?
No idea.
I mean, it's where all the oil comes from.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All the oil. You guys are just full of gas up there, evidently, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that province.
I love it. It's great.
I live in Edmonton. It's the capital city here.
Nice. So one last question for you two, I guess, and I'll let you guys go, and then I don't think I'm going to have any more time because I got like 3 minutes left. So, wow, you guys just talked my ear off, or I talked your ear off, or however you want to call it. Okay, so what if you had one comment that you could tell anybody growing up, which I know I'm kind of saying this to somebody who's 15, so I know this is going to be a little quirky for you, but if you could tell somebody who was thinking about photography, not really sure about doing it, try to convince them to get into it, what would be the one thing you would say to them to be like, hey, let's go do this?
You'd be able to see a lot of awesome, cool things. It would take you on a journey, basically. That's right. That's how I see it. I mean, because going up north in Maine. I mean, I'm going to go up there, and one of the reasons why I want to go up there is to take pictures. And so, I mean, if you really want to get into photography, that's one of the reasons right there. Is it'll take you to a lot of cool places.
So not only do you get to see the journey, but then you also get to remember it and capture it. You get to tell the story.
You get to.
There you go.
You allow other people to experience the same thing
through your eyes
that you see. Something that they may never see in their lifetime otherwise.
Nice.
And it's really easy to get into it. You got a phone. Why not try it?
Well, right.
Exactly.
Start with that.
Well, of course, you got to remember, I'm one of those people that are like, okay, I'm sick of watching people with phones take god awful pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna take a
there's
picture,
god awful pictures, yes. But if you use it the right way, you
could get some pretty.
At the end of the day,
stuff.
you can still get a wonderful picture from it. Like you were looking at Jason's picture there, and you said it was great.
I liked it. I like Jason's pictures actually.
Yeah, so it's very possible to take good pictures with a phone. It just depends how you do it. Like, if you're gonna put 13 million filters on it, Instagram this, and we'll put it there. Yeah, okay, maybe it might be a crappy picture, but you walk past a lot of things every day that could make for a really neat picture that otherwise you may never think about or anything.
Did you say Instagram? Really?
Yes.
Wow, I must be getting old or something. I'm still using Facebook.
I use Flickr mainly.
There you go.
Which apparently is old too.
Yeah, very old, evidently, because I think the CEO is 5 years older than I am. So I was like, okay, wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so really, by the end of the day, what you want to tell people out there about photography is that you can tell a story, get out there, tell your story. If you had to tell somebody that was 12 years old right now, Cole, what would you try to tell them to, hey, get them involved? Maybe you want to join the photography club at school.
Well, like I said, you allow so many other people to experience something that they would never otherwise be able to experience. You allow them to see, you let them see something that they would never see. It's really easy to get into, like I said, you got a phone and you don't take crappy pictures with it. You can get some nice pictures, but it can be very powerful and moving and stuff like that.
Very well said.
Cheers. I will give Cole a five gold stars on that. I don't know if you guys get gold stars up there. I'm not good with grading, so
yeah.
But anyhow, I want to just say thank you too for coming on the show. Thank you for letting me critique your photos and play around with them a little bit. It was a pleasure having you. Sorry about the technical difficulties early on in the show. It probably would have went a little bit smoother if I would have thought it out a little better. So
yeah, it's still pretty good, I think.
Yeah, no worries there.
So I do want to say I appreciate the photos. I really like both of your photos. I think they're great. I think, Cole, you got a definite future someplace with photography in your future. Jason, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's photography that you're going to be in. I think you're going to be in the video thing, man.
Oh, yeah.
I've been watching your I don't know what you did with your iPhone that one night, but there was one night you were longboarding and it looked like you had the phone down on the board. And it still looked good. It didn't look like it was bobbling up and down or anything. It was really neat.
Hey, if I tried to pull off what Jason's doing with his iPhone, trust me, there wouldn't be an iPhone anymore. It would be smashed all over the place. Me trying to fumble with the iPhone, I'd probably be all over the place, dude. Falling off the damn thing. So,
well,
he's definitely got a skill with that.
Well, I have a Canon 5D with a 5D Mark II with a battery grip, and it's probably 7 pounds of camera that I have. So I can't really do video like that at this point. So it's kind of it kind of gives me that I get to see his videos and it's kind of like, wow, that's kind of neat. I get to see your photography and you remind me of a young me when I first picked up a camera when I was, I think, 17. First time I used Kodak black and white film, I think, and I developed it myself. So it was just kind of like, it's kind of nice to see another generation coming out of the woodwork and actually producing something really good out of their phone, out of their camera, rather than what you see a lot on Facebook or on some of these other, like Instagram, hey, look what I'm eating, click, and then it's like blurry.
I got a banana here. I'll take a picture of that.
Yeah, what the heck was that? What are they serving? Gok from Star Trek?
Could you make a banana look interesting in picture? Yeah, you probably could. But if you give it no thought, it's going to be a boring, who cares picture.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, I'm fine with snapshots, but really, if you're gonna do a snapshot, don't take your phone and start it up here and then push the button and move at the same time, and it's just one big blur. Hey, by the way, this was beef Wellington. No, it looks like somebody had a problem and didn't make it to the bathroom. Okay, that's what it really looks like. So, I'm sorry. I critique photos, and when I critique the ones that are given to me on here, I try to be very fair and very nice. I try to be constructive. I try to be constructive because you gotta.
No, you're very constructive.
You gotta keep it light. But man, when somebody comes on Facebook and starts, touting this stuff about, hey, look at my photo, I'm the best, and da 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 da, and then you look at it and go, you shot that with your iPhone between your legs. That's what you shot with.
Yeah, or they take a picture of sunset or something that's way past sunset. Doesn't even look like sunset.
Right. Yeah, it's like, hey, look, I missed it, but here it is.
Yeah, exactly. But it doesn't even look like a sunset anymore. It looks like it's noon, but still. But
again, I think anybody shooting photos is good. I just really, I think it's just one of those things where I just kind of go, man, I just want to go up to the person and go, let me help you. Here, let me teach you something. And that's kind of why I do this show. It's kind of like hey, come and join the crowd. Let's have some fun.
Exactly.
I had an email the other day about my show here about how this is supposedly some tutorial thing. You know as well as I know, if I'm going to do a tutorial, I'm going to practice it, rehearse it, Yep. This is totally live. This is 100% live.
Oh, wow.
I get out of work, I come down, I sit at this desk. I've gotten a few ideas down on paper of what I'm going to talk about. Like last week, I talked about how to set up a home studio. And I wing it. I mean, I'm literally just talking right from my hip, I guess you could say.
And it's easier to do that than read a script. Because there's a lot of people. And sometimes, when you read the script, you sound like, there's some people, I don't know about you, but.
And here we have the bear, and the bear is walking across. Oh my God, he's taking a poo, right? that isn't that like the radio thing that I forget who it was. It was very popular guy, Walter Cronkite. He was doing a voiceover for a National Geographic special, and a polar bear was walking across, and he's like, and here's the mother bear, and the mother bear is going to, oh my God, she's taking a poo. And it was like he missed the script totally, and it was like, great, I loved it. It was amazing.
That's what I need more of.
All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. I gotta close the show.
Well, thank you for having us on.
Well, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. So
we definitely enjoyed it.
All right, man. I will catch you on probably Facebook.
Alrighty, see you there.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Take care.
Nice to see you.
Bye-bye. All right, great. So let me close the show. Let me close the feed here. That's this week's Digital Babble. It was kind of fun getting a different generation of photographer getting started up that use iPhones and use different techniques than what maybe I might use. But that was great. I love both their photos. Go check them out. It's Future Tech Ideas. You can find them on Facebook. It's Cole Kruper and Jason Groyette. And I think he's French. Maybe not. I don't know. But they got some really interesting topics. It's really nice to see the next generation coming up and doing some of this stuff. So go check them out. Hey, check me out. I'm at tdbny.com. That's The Digital Babble. It's all my initials. NewYork.com. Talk about Photoshop and photography every week, 7 p.m. here on fingerlakes1.com, fingerlakes1.tv. Every week at 7 p.m. I'm Flipper, and I'm out of here this week, so I will catch you on the flip side.
A Flipside Studio production. It's the Digital Babble. Tune in every Wednesday at 7 p.m. on fingerlakes1.com. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter.